Hey everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. On the table in front of me is an excellent knife. Now, I had one of my friends reach out to me. He is also a fellow YouTuber. His name is Thai Addiction, and I will put his link to his YouTube down in my description of this video. But he reached out to me and asked me if I had ever heard of one of these knives, and I said no, I would love to take a look at it. So he was gracious enough to send it on to me to take a look at. So this knife comes from Arizona Custom Knives. It's a Drew Hara knife, and it's called the Kirisagi. Now, there are several different versions of this knife that I did a little bit of looking on the internet to see what I could find out, and I know that this particular Kirisagi has different what's the word I'm looking for? Therapeutic edge?
I'm not sure.
Different styles, I should say. But I was it's a custom knife, and I was super surprised when I got it because it's just a little chunk of fun. It is, this thing's a beast. Now, weight-wise, I do have my scale out here, so I'll be able to tell you that, but weight-wise, this little thing is, it's heavy. It is heavy for this size. It really is. Now, it is by no means a large knife. It is a small knife, but for my hands, this fits really good. I really do like it. You're looking at a VG10 Damascus blade with etched mirror polished, if you can see that. There you go. And it is a flipper. And it's got a very pronounced flipper tab. There you go. So that is going to stick out quite a bit. But the way that your finger goes on this tab, I'm going to get it aimed right, you know, it just kind of, I mean, if you're barely pressing on it, you can get it to start going. So it is a fun, interesting little knife. The handle is a 3/16 stainless steel, and it's hand satin finished. This is one that, you know, you can't really get this on video and appreciate it. This is something that you really do have to get in hand to appreciate the beauty of it. It's just gorgeous. Your liners are 420 stainless steel, and your back spacer or your back bar is a stainless steel. Your clip also stainless steel. Pardon me. Sorry, it's been very dry. I've been having some pretty good allergy issues. Like I said, it is a liner lock. I mean, you can see this is just a chunk. You know, 3 layers of steel that make up this handle, that give you this pattern. Super interesting. And I could sit here and just look at this thing over and over because every time it just, you know, to me it's just a little bit different. Now, at first I thought it was really weird the way the handle felt, but when you actually have it in hand, you don't, it's not like you really notice that. I do love it though. I do love the feel of it. I love the look of the blade. That's something that, to me, that's really different, but it's just beautiful. I actually haven't tried Spidey flicking this one. Let's try that. It's very small. Oh, yes, I can. Okay. So you can Spidey flick it too. It is not something that has any kind of a lanyard hole to it. It is a right hand only tip up carry. But again, you know, the way this thing is made, it's just so interesting. The different layers of each to make up the pattern. So you have the solid layers, and then you have the top pattern, which is more of a, this top layer is really what's giving you your pattern on here. It's an interesting design. Now, in looking at it, to me, it looks like the very top layer is 2 pieces. I mean, obviously, because you're not going to get 1 piece out of that. But your pivot is holding on the one design here. And your barrel spacer, your back screw, your pocket clip screws are going to be holding on. Well, that's actually recessed there, but that's going to be holding on the back part of it. Now, I don't know if these are actually, well, they're layered, so I don't know how they have them. If it's a welded look to it, or I don't know. I really or my husband's laughing at me right now because, you know, I mean, I've sat here and I've looked at it and I've played with it, and, you know, it's somebody else's knife, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of damage with it. I'm not going to be opening anything too big or cutting things that I shouldn't be cutting. But I've sat here and stared at it, and I've looked for more information on it, and I'm not really finding a whole lot. But I'll tell you, it has just been, I mean, I'm glad I had the chance to get this knife in hand and check it out, because it's just really different. Not something that I really, it's not what I expected, I guess I'll say that. And I'm not really sure what it was I was expecting, but this pivot's really cool too. Yeah, I really wasn't sure what I was expecting. And you know, I'm kind of mumbling through this, but it's just because the knife is just so different to me. It is, you have jimping on the blade back here too. You also have, you know, your liner lock is a little bit, your liners are recessed a little bit below that, which is very nice. Like I said, I do know that there's a few different versions of it, and I believe these can range anywhere from $400 to $500 up to almost $900. So you're getting a custom knife, so you know, I wouldn't expect to be paying anything less for it. I know that he does have another one out that's DLC coded. And I saw that one, but I wasn't, again, I wasn't, you know, couldn't get too much information on this specific one. So it did come with the card. That does kind of give you, you know, some of the specs on it. So you can see there. As far as measurements, it doesn't come with that. So let's do the measurements on this. You've got about a 2.5 inch blade, a little over 2.5 inches. Your overall length is going to be 6.5 inches. 6.5? Yep, 6.5. Your closed, you are looking at about 3 3/4 of an inch. So it's definitely a small knife. Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's so quiet. It's so smooth and just so quiet. You can't even hear it. Can you guys hear that? Just a tiny little thwack. Like I said, you can spidey flick it. You definitely know this is going to be in your pocket for the weight. Let's check that out. So we are looking at 4.3 ounces for this little guy. That's a pretty good weight for this small of a knife. For those of you that prefer grams, 120, it keeps going back and forth. So 123, 124 grams. We'll stick with 124, that's what it's saying. If we want to do a little size comparison, we can take a look at the bug out here. So you can see how small. Now, I consider the bug out a fairly small knife. You can see that this Kirisagi is actually smaller than that. Now, if you want to put it against the Rat 1, it's going to look very small. Yeah. Now, I don't particularly have any custom knives in my collection. I don't think. I have to think about that. No, I do actually. Never mind. I will take that back. I do have one custom knife, and it was from a gal who was her first time at Blade Show last year, and she had made her first knife ever, and it was a little tiny one, and I just loved it so much that I had to have it, so I bought it. And I have like her second knife ever. Now, Drew Hara, I started looking into more of his designs. And, you know, someday if I could afford it, I don't know. I might get one. This is a pretty cool knife. I'm really enjoying it. So thank you again, Tie Addiction, Chris, for allowing me the opportunity to take a look at this knife and review it and be able to have it in hand. It is really cool, and I love learning new things about new knife makers. Well, not new knife makers, but new to me. Maybe something I don't know about. I just think that's awesome. I love learning new things all the time. So, and I am constantly, and I learn things from you guys all the time. So I love it when you have your questions or comments, maybe something you ask me that I don't know. That's awesome, because then I can look it up and I'm learning something new. So I really do value all your comments. I think they're really awesome. I love talking to you guys. I will put Tie Addiction's link down in the description area, so you guys please go take a look at his YouTube channel. He's doing a great job. He's gotten started out there. Let's show him some love and get on over there. Don't forget to go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit the little like button there. Check out one of the other videos. Ooh, get both fingers on there. Don't forget to hit that like button, and until next time, thanks for joining me.